Imagine possessing a skill so refined that it sets you apart, making you truly exceptional. The secret? Confucius, one of the greatest philosophers in history, taught timeless principles that can help you master any skill and achieve greatness in life. His wisdom, over 2,500 years old, remains just as powerful today. In this video, we'll break down Confucius's powerful teachings on skill mastery, principles that can elevate your learning, discipline, and success. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to Stoic Sage Wisdom for more life-changing insights from history's greatest minds. Hit the like button and let's dive in. Rule number 1. Mastery begins with a strong foundation. Confucius famously said, "The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones." This simple yet profound statement holds the key to mastering any skill. Whether you want to excel in art, music, business, or self-discipline, the first and most crucial step is building a strong foundation, starting small, being consistent, and focusing on the fundamentals. In today's fast-paced world, many people seek shortcuts to success. They want to learn a skill overnight, achieve greatness with minimal effort, or skip the basics in pursuit of instant results. But Confucius reminds us that true mastery requires patience, discipline, and a commitment to gradual progress. A house built on a weak foundation will crumble, just as a skill developed without proper fundamentals will eventually fail under pressure. Let's take an example from martial arts. A beginner in Kung Fu doesn't start by learning flashy, advanced techniques. Instead, they spend years mastering the basic stances, breathing techniques, and movements. Only after perfecting the fundamentals can they progress to higher levels. The same applies to any skill: writing, public speaking, playing an instrument, or even developing mental resilience. If you want to master something, you must respect the process of learning, no matter how slow it seems. Confucius also emphasized the power of repetition. He believed that consistency is more valuable than raw talent. Someone who practices a little every day with dedication will surpass a naturally gifted person who neglects consistent effort. Just like water shapes rock over time, persistent practice refines skill. This is why many of the world's greatest minds, from athletes to scholars, attribute their success not to talent alone, but to unwavering discipline and daily improvement. Another key lesson from Confucius is the importance of learning from a mentor or teacher. He believed that wisdom is passed down from those who have already walked the path. If you want to master a skill, seek guidance from experts, study their methods, and learn from their mistakes. Every great master was once a student, and every student has the potential to become a master. Surrounding yourself with knowledgeable individuals accelerates your learning and prevents you from developing bad habits. Finally, Confucius reminds us that mastery is not a destination, but a lifelong journey. The moment you think you've learned everything is the moment you stop growing. True mastery involves constant refinement, self-evaluation, and a hunger for deeper understanding. Even Confucius himself, despite being a great teacher, considered himself a lifelong student. So, if you want to master any skill, start with the basics, embrace patience, practice consistently, learn from the best, and commit to lifelong improvement. Remember, the journey may be long, but every small step you take brings you closer to greatness. Rule number 2. True mastery comes from relentless learning and reflection. Confucius believed that learning is a never-ending process, and he emphasized the importance of continuous self-improvement. He once said, "If you learn but do not think, you will be lost. If you think but do not learn, you will fall into danger." This statement reveals the two key components of mastering any skill: active learning and deep reflection. You cannot truly improve if you only collect information without thinking critically about it. And you cannot grow if you think deeply, but never expose yourself to new knowledge. The power of lifelong learning. One of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to master a skill is believing that they know enough. They reach a certain level and stop pushing themselves to learn more. But Confucius teaches us that true mastery means remaining a student forever, always seeking new knowledge, refining techniques, and being open to different perspectives. Think about the world's most successful individuals, whether in business, sports, or the arts. The top athletes, for example, never stop training, even after winning championships. The best writers still read and refine their craft. The greatest leaders continue to study history, philosophy, and human nature. They understand that learning is a lifelong commitment. Confucius compared the mind to a well that never runs dry. As long as you keep drawing water from it and replenishing it with fresh knowledge, it will continue to serve you. But if you neglect learning, your mind becomes stagnant, and you lose the ability to adapt, innovate, and grow. Learning from others. The humility of mastery. Confucius strongly believed that wisdom is not gained in isolation. He advised his followers to seek knowledge from everyone, whether from teachers, books, experiences, or even from people they disagreed with. He said, "When I walk with two others, I always consider them my teachers. I select their good qualities and follow them, and I take note of their bad qualities and avoid them." This teaches us an important lesson. Everyone has something to teach you. A true master does not let ego stand in the way of growth. They are willing to listen, observe, and absorb wisdom from any source, whether it's a mentor, a rival, or even a child. Too often, people reject knowledge because they believe they already know everything. They ignore feedback, dismiss different viewpoints, and refuse to admit their weaknesses. But Confucius warns against such arrogance. If you truly want to master a skill, you must approach learning with humility, always assuming there is something new to discover, a technique to improve, or a flaw to correct. The role of deep reflection in mastery. While learning is essential, Confucius also stressed the importance of deep thinking and self-examination. He believed that blindly collecting information without truly understanding it is useless. This is why he encouraged his followers to pause, reflect, and internalize what they learn. For example, if you are trying to master public speaking, you shouldn't just memorize speeches or study great speakers. You must also analyze why certain speeches are powerful, how they impact an audience, and what techniques can be adapted to your own style. You must practice, evaluate your performance, and refine your delivery based on honest self-assessment. Confucius warned against passive learning, where people read books, listened to lessons, or watch videos without actively applying or questioning the knowledge. True mastery comes when you take what you learn and test it in the real world, reflect on what works and what doesn't, and refine your approach based on those insights. Mastering. Any skill requires a balance of learning and thinking. Confucius's wisdom teaches us that learning and reflection must go hand in hand. If you only consume knowledge without thinking deeply, you become lost in useless information. If you only reflect but never seek new knowledge, you risk becoming stagnant and narrow-minded. So, if you want to master a skill, never stop learning. Read, observe, and seek wisdom from all sources. Be humble. Learn from everyone, mentors, peers, critics, and even your failures. Think deeply. Don't just absorb information. Analyze it, question it, and apply it to your own journey. Refine through experience. Learning without action is useless. Test what you learn, make mistakes, and adjust accordingly. Mastery is not about reaching a final destination. It is about the endless cycle of learning, thinking, applying, and improving. By embracing this mindset, you will continuously elevate your skills and become exceptional at whatever you choose to pursue. Rule number 3, patience and persistence lead to mastery. Confucius taught that great things take time, and that persistence is the key to achieving mastery. He said, "It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop." Many people give up on learning a skill because they don't see immediate results. But true mastery requires patience, perseverance, and the ability to push through challenges without losing motivation. Think about it. Every expert was once a beginner. Every great musician struggled with their first notes. Every successful entrepreneur faced failures before finding success. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is simple. Those who succeed keep going. Many people look for shortcuts, hoping to master a skill overnight. But Confucius reminds us that lasting success comes from steady progress. The more time and effort you invest, the better you become. Instead of rushing, focus on improving little by little every day. Over time, these small improvements compound into true expertise. Expect setbacks, mistakes, and frustration. These are all part of the journey. Instead of seeing them as obstacles, view them as stepping stones to success. Every mistake is a lesson, and every challenge is an opportunity to refine your abilities. If you stay committed, improvement is inevitable. So remember, be patient, stay consistent, and never stop refining your craft. Mastery is a journey, not a destination. And if you want to keep learning timeless wisdom to improve your life, subscribe to Stoic Sage Wisdom for more insightful lessons from history's greatest minds.